I was the person who always had a smile on my face, the one who made everyone laugh. But behind that smile was a secret I kept from the world, a secret that almost cost me everything. No one knew I was depressed until it was almost too late. This is my story, a story I'm sharing not for sympathy, but because I know I'm not alone. If you've ever felt like no one understands or like you're carrying a weight too heavy to bear, this is for you. I was the friend who always had a joke ready, the coworker who never missed a deadline, and the family member who seemed to have it all together. But inside, I was drowning. I wore a mask every single day, pretending everything was fine because I didn't want to burden anyone with my pain. I didn't even realize how good I'd become at hiding it. I'd laugh at the right moments, show up to events, and post happy pictures online. But the truth? I felt empty, like I was just going through the motions, waiting for something to change. One night, it all became too much. I was alone in my room, staring at the ceiling. And for the first time, I let myself admit how tired I was. Not just physically, but emotionally. I felt like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I didn't know how much longer I could keep going. That night, I came dangerously close to giving up. But something stopped me. Maybe it was a faint voice in my head telling me to hold on, or maybe it was the thought of someone finding me and realizing how much I'd been hiding. Whatever it was, it saved my life. The next morning, I did something I'd never done before. I reached out. I told a close friend how I'd been feeling, and to my surprise, they didn't judge me or tell me to just cheer up. Instead, they listened. They held space for me to be vulnerable, and for the first time in years, I felt seen. That conversation was the first step in my journey to healing. I started therapy, learned coping mechanisms, and slowly began to take off the mask I'd been wearing for so long. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. If there's one thing I want you to take away from my story, it's this. You don't have to suffer in silence. Depression is not a sign of weakness, and asking for help is not a burden. It's okay to not be okay. If you're struggling, please know that you're not alone. Reach out to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or a mental health professional. And if you know someone who might be struggling, check on them. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can save a life. Thank you for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. And remember, no matter how dark things seem, there is always hope.